Welcome back to BeTerrific's continuing coverage of CE Week 2016, live from New York City at the Metropolitan Pavilion. I gotta tell you, I have been sitting here all day and all day yesterday at an electronics show, and I have not yet seen a drone.
Well,
and it's killing me, and I'll tell you why. I didn't tell you guys before we started. I actually own a drone company. Not manufacturing, flying. The production end. I fly slightly larger drones than this, but you know, I'm a cinematographer and director, very into the filmmaking side of drones. But I mean, if you know anything about drones, they're fun too. They got to be fun. It's not all fun and games. Well, actually, I guess it is all fun and games. So, what have you guys got here? I see right in front of me, we have, a drone that both the remote and the drone fit on the table.
sure. Well, right over here we have our Microlight drone, and to your point, like you said, drones are fun and games. You know, that's basically what this one is. You know, it doesn't have the crazy functionality like cameras and stuff like that. It's more just for the younger consumer, and not even just the younger consumer, because dads can definitely have fun with these type of things also, because it's not just geared towards little kids. Drones are getting more advanced, they're getting better, and as the technology gets better, people are more inclined to want to fly them, because what's better than learning how to fly something? You know, it's not like riding a car. You know, you have something in the air, airborne. That's pretty cool.
I mean, you don't have to convince me. Not only do I fly drones, but I fly planes, because there is nothing more fun than taking yourself up into the sky.
Sure.
Exactly.
You know, and I think man has had a love of flight since the Wright brothers, and trying to emulate the birds and get off the ground where we don't belong. But it's great. Now, let's talk about drones in general for a little bit. This week there was actually legislation passed, big deal for commercial drone operators.
Sure.
Part 107 of the FAA, it's no longer going to require a pilot's license. You're not going to need a 333 exemption to fly a drone. And I think what's happened, of course, you go back 10 and 15 years, drones were difficult to use. They were big.
Yeah.
They were expensive. And because of that, it was sort of an unregulated industry.
Sure.
Because who cares what a half a dozen people were doing?
Of course.
Now, you know, and we're going to get to price point on this, but even a 4K camera mounted to a drone that DJI sells today costs about $800.
Yep.
It's not very expensive anymore to even do high quality film work, and I think that's the fear, you know, about drones, that people, oh, is he filming me in my window? You know, what's going on? And a product like this, I love seeing something like this because there's no fear factor in this.
Sure.
Certainly, the color scheme, this translates like a toy. How do you guys feel about sort of what's going on in the drone world?
Well, you know, I definitely agree. There is a lot that's going on, and I do know that the FAA regulations sometimes scare people. And you know, when people hear things on the news as like you're going to have to certify your drone, you're going to have to get it signed up by the FAA, that's not something you really need to worry about more in the toy world. That's something that's more inclined for, like you said, the hobby and commercial world, you know, because those are things that can step up into the 400 feet range, where that is actually the limit now on how high drones can go. So for the most part, this can only go between 200 to 300 feet, so you never really get to that barrier. So when it comes to a toy world, this is perfect and perfect.
Although very impressive that something like this can get up to 300 feet.
Yeah, well,
Right.
it gets pretty close.
Yeah, and we plan on keeping our toy line at below those thresholds, you know, so that you're not going to have to register your stuff with the FAA.
That's amazing. Can we?
Yeah, sure. So it's a little light in here, but still, even with the light, you will be able to notice how
Yeah,
bright
you can see it.
it is. But this is our Microlight. It's, like I said, it's just for fun, but there's a few functionalities of it. You have 3 different speeds. You have beginner, intermediate, expert. You can use it for beginners. It goes pretty slow, easy for them to learn on. But also, you put it into intermediate or expert mode, and this thing will fly outside perfectly and rip through winds.
Oh yeah.
All right. So obviously we're not using GPS on this drone because we're indoors.
Sure.
Does this drone stabilize itself, or let's talk about that a little bit?
Well, it doesn't have an auto hover feature like you see in a lot of drones nowadays, where basically it has an altitude lock, and you keep it there. This one you have to maneuver with both throttle sticks at all times, but the gyroscope on it works so well that it's a lot easier to learn how to fly these things. If you notice, my fingers, I'm not doing much with the control, and it's pretty much staying in the vicinity. and that's usually not what you get with smaller drones.
And
Usually
it's just 2 fingers.
more of a challenge.
Now, I do notice there's a flip button on that remote.
Oh yeah, definitely. You could do flips in any direction, left, right, backwards, forwards.
It's one of the fancy features of
I
that
mean,
drone.
this is incredibly impressive. I don't know that our viewers, we're in a 10 by 10 tent.
Oh yeah, that's.
And you know, you're flying this, we're doing flips. Now it's cool breeze.
I know you're looking a little warm there. I
I've
just
been waiting all
want
day
to give
for
you a
this
cool
cool
down.
That's another feature of that
there.
drone.
Yeah, that's an air conditioner as well.
You know, sometimes you need it. Now, let's start talking about this a little bit. Price point. How much does this thing cost?
This is a $59.99 product. $60, you can have this in your hands.
That is incredible. And is it available right now?
It is available right now in stores, yes. You can find it in Toys R Us. You find a lot of independent dealers, Sharper Image, Brookstone, and different other retailers.
You guys sell direct at all?
We do not do direct, no. We do have people that do e-commerce for us, but we do not sell direct to customer.
That's amazing. $59. And you know what's great about this? With some of the more expensive drones, they've kind of gotten too easy to fly.
Sure.
Not that that's a bad thing, but I actually did some product demos for DJI a few weeks ago where I was teaching other people how to fly, and people were walking in off the street. We were at the Barclays Center, indoors.
Okay.
Not even on the main court. They have like a practice facility in there, so it was a big enough room, but it was a small room, and we were handing off Phantom 4s to people who've never flown a drone before. And to DJI's credit, these people were able to pick up the drone and fly it.
Sure.
But there's something a little bit scary about how easy that is to fly. Now with this, if you let go of the throttle, it's going to fall.
Of course.
And it's going to crash.
Right.
So this is for $59, and you proved right here that you could fly it. For $59 for something to actually really be able to learn how to control a drone and fly it, when you eventually step up to a model like that, where you don't need to give it as much input, you'll just be a much better drone operator.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing will prevent more crashes in the future. Now, what's even more exciting is that there's another drone on set, and it's been here the entire time.
That's right.
It's sitting in your pocket.
Right. And you know, so that we don't miss out on this, what you were just talking about, the ability to fly these things easily and like auto hover features. This is a smaller drone, and it has that auto hover feature, so it's super simple to fly. So it's called a pocket drone, and I have it here in my pocket.
This is happening right now. He is taking a drone
Yeah.
out of his jacket pocket. Yeah, no, there's not an iPod in there. No, there's a drone.
That's right. We'll have Stevie fly it. I'll go ahead and I'll show you exactly why we call it a pocket drone. Your motors, 4 of which, because it's a quadricopter, are compressed into the unit. So all you got to do is remove your 4 motors, direct them upward, turn on your unit, and you're ready to fly. Before we do that, I'm going to show you this point right here. This is a HD camera, 720p, shoots video and takes pictures. Good quality.
And also, it didn't even, we didn't get a chance to show you, but the throttle sticks for the remote control are inside the remote control, so it can stay completely flush with the drone itself, and it can go easily into the bag and be portable.
That is ridiculous as you attach second throttle stick.
So also a key feature about this drone, other than the fact that it has a 720p camera and it takes pictures and videos.
And fits in your pocket.
And it
Right.
fits in your pocket, which is pretty cool. The portability is awesome, but also it does have a feature in auto hover, which I'm sure you're very familiar with.
Yes.
Usually that's something you see in the high-end drones like DJI and Unique. As you see, I don't need to have my hand on that left throttle stick. I only need it on the right throttle stick because it's going to stay at that altitude and it won't move from there.
Right. For those who don't know, when you're flying a drone, your left thumb controls both the turning and the lift of the drone, and
Right.
you're not touching it at all.
Nope. Auto hover. And that unit has a micro SD card in it too, and we offer the USB adapter in the box. So as soon as you're done snapping photos, taking videos, you remove your card, put it into your USB adapter, plug it into your computer, offload all your imagery.
That is crazy. It has 2 lights on the front of it, as you can see, so you could fly it at night,
Yeah.
fly it whenever.
Yeah. Auto takeoff, auto landing. All he's got to do is press that auto land, and it will slowly descend. All he has to do is control its directional movement.
So this is every feature that you'd find in a much higher end drone.
Yes.
Right.
That literally fits in your jacket pocket.
Yeah.
You know, I got to tell you, the truth is, I was on a shoot in a foreign country. I won't mention which one. Its initials are DR. And I got to the airport with a DJI Inspire, and I kind of sort of had an idea that you weren't supposed to bring drones into the Dominican Republic. I mean, the unnamed country that starts with DR.
Right.
And I also had a bunch of other equipment cases for the production that we were doing, so I was sort of like a gigantic red flag to their customs agents. And they went through my stuff and they said, oh, las dronas. Anyway, my drone spent the entire trip in the customs office at the airport.
Right.
I picked it up on my way out of the country. They're very nice to hold it for me.
Well, at least they gave it back to you.
And yeah, it was honestly, the experience was fine. It was just very frustrating. But the truth is, if I had something like this, for what I really needed it for, it probably would have gotten the job done. I probably only needed a shot or two or three of the resort I was staying at to integrate into the rest of the footage we were shooting. So it's not always about the biggest and the best. Although, by the way, I had the first M600 on the East Coast.
Okay.
Heavy lifter, and I will have the first Ronin MX on the East Coast.
Okay, all right.
So that's coming
Very
next
cool.
week. But totally got sidetracked.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want something smaller.
Portable,
because
transportable, right.
Exactly. Get it in and out of places that
That's
you can't
right.
necessarily get the big stuff.
Pocket, purse, backpack, anything.
Now, what does this cost?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's actually a retail of $100. It's a MSRP of $129.99. You will see it probably for $99.99 in most places.
And that's going to be the same deal, Toys R Us, Brookstone,
Right. Which you can't
multiple
beat.
retailers.
High-def camera, auto hover. It's portable because your motor's compressed into the unit.
I mean, when you talk about a portable drone, like, it's not,
It's an iPhone that
Literally.
is a drone.
This is the size of an iPhone 6 Plus.
That's exactly what we're going for.
And it weighs,
Nothing.
I want to say that it weighs nothing. It weighs like less than nothing. Like, I don't even know that this is something, it feels like almost like a piece of
Honestly,
cardboard.
if you were to look at it from the angle from like that, you probably wouldn't even think it's a drone.
Right.
People are
No.
surprised every time they see it. They see it closed up and they ask me, what is this? And it only takes a second for me to pull out a blade and then be amazed.
And then they get it.
Wow. So let's talk, the other thing we haven't talked about is battery life. How long can I fly this?
I think it's pretty universal with most drones, especially the ones that
drones.
step into the toy drones. When you get to the hobby world, of course, you get that 15, 20, 25 minutes. Toy drones, you're roughly going to get 7 to 8 minutes, depending on how you fly it. If you fly it outside in winds, which both of these can sustain winds, you'll get probably 5 to 6.
And so it's pretty similar on both of them.
Yeah.
And then is it a rechargeable battery?
Yeah, they have lithium-ion batteries that are rechargeable, easy to take out. If you actually have additional batteries, which you can actually purchase from us, you can potentially just keep on playing.
So I can take this battery on both of them out and replace it.
Recharge it.
So it's not-
45-minute recharge time.
All right, so it's not like I fly for 10 minutes and then
Go buy a new battery.
of
No, you don't
course.
have to do that.
stay up in the air. And you said 45 minutes to recharge?
Recharge. Right. So if you
45
buy
to
a
an hour.
couple of extra batteries, then you plug one in, you plug one out, and then you keep playing.
Wow, that is incredible. This, by the way, I have to tell you guys, when you first pulled this out, this reminds me of the Game Boy.
Yeah, we've
I
heard that.
don't know why. Game Boy or like the original NES controller.
Right, yeah, square controller.
Which is great, because what's better than going back to the good old days?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Reminiscing.
Wow. So how can our viewers get just more information in general about what you guys are doing and stay informed?
Well, you can definitely go to our site, www.odysseytoys.com, and you can see our press kits on there where we usually have our most upcoming products. And we're always trying to update it with letting you know with what new innovative things we have coming out, because we're always trying to do something different. You know, the Pocket Drone, we already have this version out. Everyone loves it. We're already working on version 2 to eliminate the remote control, and we put a chip in there where it will now be Wi-Fi enabled. So literally it will just be your drone and your phone as your remote control.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The future. Odyssey Toys, you saw it here first. I got to get my hands on some of these. This is incredible as we roll on CE Week 2016. So glad I finally got to play with some drones. Amazing that it took this long. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on BeTerrific.